All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to the B and T Sports Talk Show. I'm T, and this is B, but a little bit different,
Yes,
a
sir.
little taller, a little browner. This is my brother Billy,
For real.
brother Bill, joining me today. Brian is or B is working on playing some softball right now. He's the one of the two of us that actually plays sports from time to time. So he's out. I'm wishing him and his
Yes,
softball
sir.
team good luck today. Hopefully they accomplish what they seek and he wins some type of trophy or something he'll show us next Sunday, we hope. So if this is your first time
Oh,
listening,
yeah. He'll have
yeah,
it in the back.
exactly, step behind him, hold it in front of his face, put a t-shirt on it, sit it right in his chair.
For
If your
real.
first time listening to us, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on the video. We really appreciate it. Hit the notification button if you are a subscriber. So man, I'm excited. Got my brother with me, man. I gotta be honest with you. It's a slow week in the world of sports. It's not a whole lot going on right now. We're on the cusp of starting the
Definitely
NFL
not.
season, and but we're not there yet. And so it's just it's a little bit
Yep.
dry. So we're gonna be talking a little bit of mess, but we're gonna cover a few topics throughout the show. And I look forward to Chad chiming in if there's anything specific they would like to discuss. Let us know. But let's go ahead and let's get it going. Well, Bill, first I want to talk about this whole the NCAA thing with Deion Sanders. So as you
Oh
know,
boy. Yes, sir.
Dion was at Jackson State with the HBCU. You know, he helped them
Mm-hmm.
become a ranked team. They had some big wins,
Yep.
and you know he took the job at Colorado, and people was kind of like, oh, okay, interesting. You know, there was a lot of talk about him going into Colorado, taking over. A D1 school, and a lot of mess was being talked. They Nick last year was Nick Saban talking about how he was paying players and stuff and doing all this to try to win,
Yeah.
and to recruit. This year, I've seen some coaches, other NCAA coaches, call it a hype train. The fact that
Yep.
he transferred both his sons and Travis Hunter um, from Jackson to Colorado. Folks were criticizing him for that. They were criticizing him for starting his son over whatever other quarterback was there. But what they forgot
Right.
is Colorado was 1-11 last year. So I don't know
Right.
why he wouldn't have started his son. But anyway, they came in, they beat number 17th ranked TCU in the very first game of the season. So a little bit of validation, man. Man, what you think about this, man? I mean, Dion, we know who Dion is. I mean, Hall of Famer,
Right.
prime. Like the dude is a show all on his own. But I mean, what you feel about him
Right.
being in the coaching ranks and what he's been doing?
I mean, man, really pretty much he just, whatever he puts his hands on, it produces wins. And I think that's, when in him he takes he kind of takes, hey, this team might not be good, but I feel like I got the tools to make them, a very good team, just like I did the last team I was with. So, it's kind of like, just always challenging himself, which is one of the things I really like about the guy is that, the challenge. He's like, challenge accepted. I'm about to go here. We got to make sure we make this happen. And we're definitely going to make sure that you know, I'm going to do everything that I need to do to get this team to win. But like you said, to emphasize on, they only won one game last year. So, one game, then we got now two games. They already doing better. They're already doing better right now. So really, it speaks for itself. And hats off to them, man, because that was one heck of a game. They didn't win that
Yeah,
easy.
no,
So
it wasn't an
you
easy
know,
game. 45-42. Not a lot of defense. You know, a little bit of defense. Travis Hunter had an interception.
yeah, not too much.
Travis Hunter had an interception
Right,
and a touchdown in the game.
right,
That was kind of crazy.
right.
But man, as far as like the haters, man, some of the old white dudes, sorry to say,
Oh,
comments and
yeah, it's
stuff
true.
like that. I mean, I feel like I feel like it's out of fear, man. I think if you was a recruit and you got 355 pound, 300 pound, uh, coach whoever walking in trying to convince you to play for his ball club, but then you got Deion Sanders
Right.
showing up on a recruiting visit. I mean, who you picking?
I'm,
I know who I'm picking. Who are you picking, Bill?
I'm definitely, like you said, man. Hey, man, gold chain and everything. Let's go.
Exactly. Plus, I mean, a
I'm
lot.
pick Dion. I mean, I think it's just it's the easy. I mean, easy. That's an easy thing to do. Oh man, who don't know Deion Sanders
Right,
is?
right. And,
Now everything, that man Showtime, man. I mean, we all know, we grew up watching the boy. So, I mean, just him, just, his, I like his attitude. I like his vibe. I like his energy, man. Because, really, man, he's a really good dude. Outside of it, if you see him talk on podcasts and stuff like that, man. But he also is very confident in what he does, and there's a reason.
yeah,
I mean, that's kind of why he's a Hall of Famer. You
absolutely.
know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So go ahead. I'm gonna let you take
No, it's
the
all
take the
good. But
floor on that
yeah,
one.
man. It's I mean, it's he's got all this video coverage about how he's motivating these kids, what he's doing to push them, and I think he's done a good job of that, man. He's a leader of men. He's treating them like
Right,
men. He's holding everybody accountable, and I don't think there's a reason not to like what
right,
he's doing, especially if you are considering these young men and the
that man. He's a
and the
leader.
fact that you are as a college football coach, a part of your job is to kind of help them in that next stage of life, right? You know what I mean? There's too many coaches
Right,
out there
right.
taking giant checks working for a school, but they're not really teaching nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I think
Exactly.
for a coach like that, he deserves, he's gonna get the attention because of who he is. But he deserves some of those accolades based on what he's been able to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? And
Right,
and
right.
I got a question for you. So check this out.
Yeah.
Colorado, they win their first game, not that big of a deal. If they somehow continue winning games and find themselves as a ranked team and they, get to a bowl game,
Mhm.
will Dion all of a sudden be a candidate for NFL head coaching jobs?
Hmm. Well, that's a good one. Like I said, man, I love the guy, and it's he's been doing great things, but I really do think that the NFL is a lot different than the NCAA. I feel like as he, put his son, he transferred his sons over, he's able to do that because they're there. And I mean, I guess, if, they decide to go to the NFL, of course, maybe if he decides to follow, that's something he can do. But I mean, it's kind of it's a wondering question. That's a great question because you're really not sure since he hasn't been in coaching and it's a whole different beast. You're really not sure how that's going to work. Most college coaches that have gone to the NFL and kind of tried to, emulate or let's just say, do the same thing they're doing in college. Sometimes it doesn't work out and you end up forgetting what the heck happened to them because, hey, this team is now 2-13 or 1 and whatever. And you really on one
Yeah.
shot sometimes with some of the coaching in the NFL, one shot. And if you don't do what you need to do, you know how organizations are. They're like, oh, to the
Yeah.
next
It'd be
person, we
just
need
like
somebody else.
it'd
You
be
know what
just
I
like
mean?
the Raiders with 55 coaches in 10 years, man. I know how it is. But yeah, man. So we be switching coaches every other year and still have the same problems, man. Anyway,
Yes, sir.
so we're gonna transition to another topic, man, just to have a little fun here. And one of these pictures, man. So we're gonna focus in on not necessarily basketball, but a basketball player. And
Yes, sir.
I know I talk to B about this all the time. Where every 6 months, every 3 months or so, Zion Williamson will release a video. You'll see a video of him doing a windmill dunk with the hoodie on at somebody's high school gym or some garbage like that. And so now he's got some pictures of him working out in the gym. And I know I sent the picture to you. So, I'm going to put it up so people can see. So, no, first off, this brother's had a hard go. I mean, it's been rough for him. He's got this woman he was messing with that's absolutely crazy. and claimed she was pregnant. Dan said he beat her and all this kind of crazy stuff. And he obviously was not making the best decisions in his personal life. Let's just put it like that. And there's been a lot said about him as far as him being able to maintain his weight throughout his entire career, really, so that he can stay healthy, because a lot of him getting hurt has a lot to do with him not being in shape at the start of the season. So, like any other ball player, he's trying to, put up a good show and show us him working out. But Bill, look at the picture, my brother. I mean, he working out in a room in his house, a bar, or I see boxes. I don't even know what the strings are connected to. Is he really working out? I mean,
man, he out here, man. Oh man, I gotta chime in on this one, man. He out here glamping, man. Glamp working out, man. I don't even look like a gym. He got some, like I said, we talked about this earlier. He got some Amazon boxes over there, aka whatever them boxes are. He got a cooler. There's what looked like it was a refrigerator behind him and a brand new TV with the sticker still on it. I feel like they just took a picture. They took a picture of him in a room and said he's working out. We don't even know what he's pulling on. What is that? What is that?
Boy, he dumped a bottle of Dasani on his head and just started pulling on some strings. I mean, the fact that he got unopened boxes sitting around is curious as I don't know what. And I believe there's a sink under that television, so don't even get me started on what this room is for and why he's working out on it.
Oh no, man.
But
I don't know, man.
This thing gets stranger and stranger with Zion, man. I don't know what to say about this dude. I really want him to be the prospect that he was coming out of what was it? Where did he come out? Duke? Yeah, coming out as one of the top players entering the NBA as a rookie, and now he's just making photos to help us, for us to hopefully, I guess, believe that he's gonna get shit.
He went from being an NBA star to being a Instagram stunt artist. Like, I don't look at the picture, y'all. Like, this makes no sense. I'm still looking at the exercise ball on the box.
I'm saying, what's that for?
Why is that? Why is it even there? And how is it not?
Hey, what's that? What's that on the floor in white though? Is that a samurai sword? I don't even know what.
Man, I don't know, bro. He's trying to cast on the next Last Samurai, man, with Tom Cruise. I don't know what he's doing. Man, wait, man, this ain't even this is the worst part. Like you sitting here, you working out. But, man, then I see you doing Sprite commercials with Zach LaVine, who's playing basketball. And I'm thinking, like, man, they sitting on the couch playing 2K together. I'm thinking, like, that's all you doing because you ain't really working out. And this video, and this right here, this picture basically shows me, man, what are you doing? You're not.
What are you doing?
I mean, and like, we basically trying to show that he doing something when he really is doing.
No, he ain't doing nothing, man. He ain't doing nothing, man. And the fact that Jordan let him wear his clothes is ridiculous. He should get a call from Jordan tomorrow saying, "Son, please take my shorts off and my shirt, cause I don't want to be represented in no way, form, or fashion on you or have anything to do with you, man." Oh my God.
Hey, man. I mean, man. Ashley said it right, man. She said he trying to do it like the Kardashians. But you know what? You might be right. That's the love of my life. But you might be right, babe. But the only thing is the Kardashians are even at least on the treadmill when they're actually working out. They might be talking on the treadmill, but at least they're in an actual gym. This dude's like my boy Kev in the chat said, glamping. That's what he doing, man. Kev. That's somebody penthouse sleep. That ain't even him.
No, that ain't him, man.
That ain't even his sleep, man.
I mean, we it's a lot of investigation to be done. He got a lot of sweat on his body, but I don't see too much on his head. It's just all type of stuff that just gives me all types of red flags. And this just reminds me of them same videos where you're doing them windmills in high school gyms, man. It means nothing. And I'm still waiting on him to, get on the basketball court and actually play. And this mess like this is not gonna help us believe you, Zion, bro. Right. We just need to see you on the court Just stop it, please. Stop it.
Man. And we can see Jason Tatum and Joel Embiid working out together and all these basketball
Yeah,
players.
but they playing
I
basketball
have
though.
yet to see Zion on the
Exactly,
court.
they playing
Yeah,
basketball
right.
though.
I
Yeah,
have yet to see him on the
yeah.
court. Like He not even in a stadium shooting hoops. He out here taking pictures. What you doing,
Yeah.
bro?
Hey,
Come
man, and that's
on,
what I'm
man.
saying,
Come
man. I'm
on.
saying, like, I want to see him. I want to see him on in a run, in one of those NBA runs where they playing in the gym, going up and
Right.
down the court,
Yep.
catching lobs,
Right.
taking jumpers. Like, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see him in no small little room with unopened boxes, pulling on some cords. I can't even. Again, I don't know what the machine is connected to. TV still got the sticker on it. You know, it's just.
Man,
I
hey,
don't
you
know,
know
man.
what, man? Maybe it's something we don't know. Maybe New Orleans already getting rid of him, so he couldn't come back in the
I mean, I
stadium.
guess so, man. But whoever
I don't know,
his
man.
agent is or press person ain't doing him. They're not doing him any favors by posting these pictures
No.
and silly videos of him dunking on at a high school game or working out in some room by himself. Like that's nothing,
Right.
man. No, save that, man. Save that energy for the season, Zion. What we really want to see is you eating a bowl of salad. Where that picture at? I have yet to see that picture.
You need to get him some Caesar salad, boy.
Oh my god.
Boy, hey man, it do some wonders, man. You need to stay up them Snicker bars and stop putting, like you said, Dasani water on his head because it ain't working. It's not
Yeah, man.
working, man.
I don't
It's
know
not
what
working, bro.
he doing. I have no idea,
Man, literally sitting up here getting sprayed with a super soaker in the back.
And like I said, whatever this room is, man, I don't know. Like, wherever this is, that is not a gym.
Man.
But anyway,
yeah, man.
This is crazy.
I can't, man.
Man, this dude is a
Go
joke,
ahead,
man.
bro.
This is a joke. Absolute joke. He might as well dye his hair pink like Dennis Rodman. He'd be better off doing that because
For real.
he's trying to do.
Or blonde, whatever he want to do. You know, everybody dyeing the edges. They edges blonde now, so do whatever you want to do. Just get back on the court,
sorry,
bro.
Who's doing that?
Man, you know, man. Hey, bro. I don't know, man. In sports, people be
For
dyeing their little
real?
hair blonde. You know, the edge, like not the whole
Yeah.
hair, but like the top or
Yeah.
whatever. You know, they be doing that,
Oh,
man.
man.
So he could do that, man. Do something. I mean, if you could do pictures, you could do that.
Yeah, I guess so, man. We got Kev chiming in with they just playing them, and he playing himself. Very true, Kev. And they said that boy went and moved in an old haunted house. Yeah, man, it looked like either that or a brand new house. I don't know. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. It looks staged. That's all I gotta say. It looks very staged.
Man,
I can say.
You need to take some pointers from the Kardashians, man. Stand on a treadmill and take a video or something. Do something, bro. Do something with yourself.
Yeah, well, watch out for them Kardashians though. They curse. Watch out.
Anyway,
Lamar Odom.
Oh man, man. We ain't even.
LO and everybody. Kanye's. Oh my goodness.
Reggie Bush.
Reggie. He all right. He lost his Heisman, but other than that, he's all right.
How did he lose his Heisman?
Because he got paid. USC paid him. I mean, he got paid to play.
Oh.
So he got caught up in that scandal. That was a long time ago. They took away his Heisman or whatever. But it is what it is.
He still earned it, didn't he?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. You know, college sports and stuff.
Take a trophy away from me. I got paid and I did it.
Oh man, we gonna stick with basketball for a little bit, and I want to talk about the USA taking their first FIFA World Cup loss against Lithuania. Zydrunas Ilgauskas showed up big, and I'll tell you why they lost. I'll tell you right now. Okay, their centers, the centers that they have on this team are Bobby Portis. And somebody by the name of what's this guy's name? Kessler. So you can't Lithuania. It's a big team. Those guys. You got a big center with, was it Valanciunas? I think they had in there today. Valanciunas in there, and they have big guys that are playing at the guard and forward positions. They just got bullied, man. They got bullied in the paint, and they knocked Lithuania knocked down 3-point shots. So it did not look pretty, man. I was watching my boy Austin Reeves, who had the luxury of guarding one of these big fellers, and he was getting pushed under the rim. And I don't know why. I guess we couldn't recruit any centers to actually play. We I don't know, Bobby Portis.
I tell you, I got something for this. I'll tell you what happened, man, because they got Steve Kerr as coach. Now that's no disrespect to Kerr. True. He's a great coach. He
don't play centers,
but he also don't play centers. So, Draymond method of thinking, or that Draymond Green type thing, that only works with Draymond. It doesn't work with everybody else, and I think that is what they're running into right now. So, he's a great coach, and they're doing a great job. They did lose to Lithuania or whatever, but maybe they'll get it together and win the next couple of weeks. But I think height is always going to be their problem. Yeah. And the big thing is just Curry likes to play that 6'9", 6'10" against 7 foot, or like an Andre Drummond type player.
Yeah,
that's he's not the coach that does that.
Yeah, you need somebody getting there and bang with the bigs and get some rebounds. They lack that, and then they got punished for it. They still have a chance to win. Right. Obviously, they're going into the quarterfinals anyway, so they'll have a chance to still win the whole thing. Let's keep it 100. Other than me watching highlights, is anybody watching this? Is anybody watching FIBA World Cup? I mean, if you're watching these games.
Man, I ain't watching. I've seen highlights. I guess I'm having the only person that we personally got an interest in would probably be Austin Reeves, but other than that, I haven't seen any of it. I just watched a few highlights, but hats off to them dudes, man. They out there balling. Just shows you how much talent we do have over here in the United States, but everywhere else got some talent too, man. So it's man. Probably should watch it a little bit more, but
And the real question is, are these international players, are they starting to catch up? Because at the end of the day, Lithuania could win, and they'll throw like a huge party tonight. They probably still drinking right now. They probably popping champagne bottles for beating the U.S. That's how most teams are gonna do. But in the league, are international players starting to catch up a bit? I mean, we got Giannis, we got Embiid. We're starting to see, those guys were MVPs in our league. Do you see the international game or international players kind of starting to, step their game up and really show out on the NBA stage?
Yeah. Honestly, man, one of my favorite players right now, although I'm a Laker fan, one of my favorite players is definitely going to be, what's his name? That boy's name from Luka. There you go, Luka. Yes. Luka's one of my favorite players. Yeah, Luka Doncic, man, one of my favorite players, man. And he's also, he ain't from the U.S., but he balls out, man. Looks up to players like LeBron James. He watched them growing up and stuff like that. And when you have players like that have a passion for basketball and have the skill set and the size, yeah, man, we do need to be worried, because as time goes on, those players like you mentioned, you mentioned Luka. We got a couple of other. What's another good? What's another good player?
We were talking about Giannis. We were talking about Embiid, who's from Cameroon. I'm trying to think of a few other international players that are making a huge impact. I can't think of any of the other ones out the top of my head at the moment, but those guys, those are two notable guys that have actually been MVPs. And although Embiid has not won a championship yet, Giannis has. You are starting to see guys kind of bleed into that superstar status from international or from across the water. And generally, it wasn't like that. The guys were good auxiliary players. Like you had guys like your boy with the Spurs, like Tony Parker or Manu Ginobili, guys who were good players, but we wouldn't necessarily call them superstars, but I think you are starting to see that change a little bit. So you are starting to see
Yeah,
it
this
change a
is
bit.
it's a tad bit. There's still, there's always every era. There's gonna be one. In this era, there's two, but there's usually only like one ever so often. Like back when we were watching Kobe, rest his soul, love you, Kobe. There was Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah,
That was the dude.
exactly. Yep.
Dirk Nowitzki was the guy, and that was the only guy for a long time. Then after the Kobe era ended, and then we branch out now up until now. You mentioned Embiid and Luka. It's ever so often, but there's always that one diamond in the rough, or in this case, two. So maybe in the next couple of years there'll be another two or another one, but it's always at least, from so far, there's always been at least one or two players that are really good. I think you mentioned Giannis too, but those are three players right there, and that's pretty scary. So, yeah, man, they got something to worry about. I wonder if these young guys in the U.S. coming out of college, you know what I'm saying? I wonder what we see, because I don't watch a lot of college basketball. I don't know if you have been keeping up on
No,
it,
no,
but
not as much.
usually most of the players that have been coming out have been from overseas. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah, yeah.
I'm saying? So we'll have to keep a closer eye on
Yeah,
that
for
for
sure,
sure.
man. I'm gonna switch topics here a little bit. And I want to bring up something because I just started this fantasy league thing. I was telling you about it. This is my first time actually getting involved in fantasy league, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking forward to watching the games next week. And I also know that you're a big Madden dude. You play a lot of Madden. We used to back in the day when we were
Yes,
younger.
sir.
I don't play Madden
Yes, sir.
hardly at all anymore. Honestly, I don't even know if I started playing if I could even pick up the sticks and figure out what the heck is going on. But
You could.
although I've already made my draft, I'm curious, man. If you're looking for a player to make the most impact in Madden, I remember playing. There was always one or two players that everybody was looking to play with, or one or two teams everyone was looking to play with because they had a distinctive edge, and it wasn't always the best team from the actual NFL. Sometimes it was just that
Right.
one player. So you've
Right.
played the newest man, Bill. What's the one team? If I pick up the sticks now, what's the one team or one quarterback I need to go in on?
Lawrence from the
For
Jaguars, man.
real? Oh man, see, I should have picked him up in my
Yeah,
fantasy.
he's
Okay,
yeah, man. He's good. Remember they had a good game against Kansas City
yeah, they
last
did.
year, and they also came back, and they won, and that's a lot of that happened, but they have a good overall team. They're not going to be talked about very much, but I'm not very good with names, but I do know their running back. Let me see if I can
Yeah, I
find
got.
his
Yeah,
name. Hold on, give me
yeah.
one
No, no.
moment.
You continue your thought. I can look it up for you, man.
Yeah, man. The Jags running back, man, is a very, very good running back. 1,000 yards last season.
Etienne. So
Very
Travis
no,
Etienne.
there you go. Yeah, ATN is a very good quarterback. There's also a wide receiver that they drafted. What is
See,
his
man, you got me
name?
trying to look up the
There's
depth
two
chart
of
for the Jacksonville Jaguars here. Let's see.
yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah, man.
that's crazy. So
It's
go ahead.
yeah, man. It's one wide receiver they drafted. It's ETN. That's a really good running back. Very underrated. He's not going to be talked about very much. Lawrence, this is not really a make or break season for him, but this is something where he needs to prove his worth for the team. He did a pretty good in that. This, hopefully, he can get over the hump, make them look a little bit better. But I like how they look. That's a team I use a lot. Um, also, off Jag subject. The believe it or not, the Miami Dolphins. You should look at them as well. Tyreek Hill's over
Yeah,
there. The quarterback, the Samoan
yeah.
quarterback over
Tua.
there.
Yeah, Tua.
Tua, is it Tua?
It's Tua.
Whatever, Tua. They're really good. Really, I don't know, messed up
No, that's okay.
his name, but really good quarterback. They got a lot of weapons. Their defense is actually very stout. I would say overall they're probably one of the better defensive teams in the league when it just being able to stop the run and the pass. But in your case, I think you're more so from what you told me about your fantasy draft. It's about touchdown. It's about
Yeah,
touchdown and
yardage too. So
yardage.
yeah,
I think
a lot
per
of wide
game.
receivers, a lot of running backs and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's but
Well, I'm very curious now. Who did you
oh
pick for
man, now
your team?
I got to look it up. I picked up Pat Mahomes as my quarterback. And then I picked up a few
Okay.
wide receivers. I went with Amon Ra, the wide receiver for Detroit, because I feel like Detroit is a sleeper team. With
Yeah.
Brees Hall from New York Jets was my starting running back. I got picked up Debo Samuels because that's a yak guy. You know what I mean? He can.
Brees Hall and not Barkley?
Huh? No, because well,
Not
hey man,
Barkley?
hey, I gotta go. He wasn't available, brother. I had
Oh, okay.
to. So and then I
Okay.
started off with Jamar Chase, because I feel like he had a okay year. He had a good okay year last year, but I feel like he could be
He had a
better.
decent year.
You know what I mean?
You also could have went with Smith from Philly.
Yeah.
That's not Brown. Smith is actually quite good too.
Yeah, I
He
didn't
didn't
pick
have
up
the
nobody from
greatest.
Philly, man.
He didn't have the greatest, but he had a very, very solid season
Yeah, I
last
picked
season.
up
Very solid.
Waddle out of Miami, the number 2 receiver for Miami.
Smart.
And
Smart.
so yeah, that's kind of more or less, man. And then I picked up, believe it or not, I picked up Jared Goff. So I'm I'm all in on this Detroit thing. Raheem Mostert. I got some other guys
Yeah, I
coming up
see
on the
that.
bench, and Derek Carr. It's like my third string quarter. I mean, he's not gonna do a lot for, but Derek Carr is on there.
No,
But I could
he's
start him.
don't
I could
let
start
it
him a few
yeah,
weeks.
don't let it fool
Yeah,
you,
man, I
man.
start him a few weeks.
Yeah,
He'll
don't
give
let
me.
it fool you, man. He's already starting. He's starting over there. There nobody else starting. And they also got, they running back over there, and everybody. Carr can go down the field. So I think that, he'll make a couple of difference, but you got a good team there. You just gotta, it's gonna be fun for you because of course this is your first year. I may not do fantasy draft, but I know a ton about the players who shouldn't, and the ones who are gonna be getting
Yeah,
yardage. So, that's because I know my brothers too. They also fantasy drafting and all that. They do it every year. I don't participate, but I do watch them,
yeah,
kind of dibble and dab in there. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, man. We
you know,
we
uh, you, you
we talking about quarterbacks. One quarterback, and we actually went over this last week. I just sent you a picture. Um, I mean, what you feel about Kyler Murray and the chances of the Arizona Cardinals, man? I mean, me and B, we were on last week talking about
man,
my boy got the. I don't even know what to call that.
if it ain't, I mean, you already not producing, bro.
Oh
I mean,
God,
you
it's
already had a bad season. The season before
oh
that, you
man.
wasn't producing. But then come out with your fourth grade little girl halter top on. And I'm just like, I don't know what you doing, man. Like, what is you
Oh,
doing, man?
dude.
Like
I mean, it was. I'm trying
that.
to
I mean, maybe
understand.
that's why they're not doing so
I'm
well.
trying to understand
I don't.
what's happening or
I
why or for what reason is he put that thing on. I think when I was talking to B, he was telling me it's some type
maybe.
of special sports company that makes this. So I'm gonna ask you this: if that showed up, if somebody tried to get that to you and they was like, "Hey man, you need to check this out. This is gonna change your career. It's gonna be one of the best
Right.
things to happen to you. You about to be jumping higher. You about to be throwing farther." But then they hand it to you and that's what it looked like. Is you about to rock that? Is you about to rock that? You about to put that on in practice?
Man, no, man. I'm not rocking that, man. I don't. I mean, come on, man. Like, just look at it, man. I mean, my career already not good. I'm
uh,
already I got wide receivers wanting to leave me. I got coaches looking at me like, man, this maybe not be the guy. But then I walk out with that, man, that's the end of
I
my
mean, but
career.
how me and the ballerina how we got the same outfits on? You know what I mean? Like I mean,
Right.
and I've seen the compression gear, right? Curry wear a lot of it where it's like a full shirt. It's
Yeah.
a full shirt. Okay.
Right.
What possible
Right.
advantage could I have in only wearing the part that only go over my nipples? Can you help me understand?
I
Like
mean,
what am what?
man. I mean, it's hot in Arizona. I don't know, man. I mean, it's hot in Arizona. Man, we got Kev in the chat saying that had me dying the other
Oh
day.
man, yeah, man, and like I said, we did talk about this, touch on this last week, but I wanted to get your reaction because
We did.
obviously this is the type of stuff where it's like you're not about to throw this in my face and then try to make me think it's some other what I'm seeing it is. Right? No, that's not compression wear.
Man,
that is a halter top, my friend.
man,
That's a training bra.
man,
That's a training bra, homie.
that look
That's a
like
training bra.
like one of my daughter's
Yeah,
training bras. For real. I don't know what this is.
that's not
I'm gonna have
that's not for football. That's not for football.
I'm gonna have you dying. I'm gonna get lethal one of these. This look pretty good.
Stupid, you hella dumb fan.
Oh man, Ashley chimed in the
That
chat.
is a sports bra. It
She
is.
said, "Why not just go shirtless?" I'm confused. That is a sports bra. There you go. It's somebody said it. That's a sports bra. I mean, Tosh, you done said it already too, but man, no, that got me all the way.
And my boy standing there.
I wonder if he's gonna be warming up in that on Sunday.
I hope not, man. I hope, man, he come out with that. He come out with that trying to throw passes. I'm gonna go ahead and ask for a trade right now. I'm gonna be like, look, I ain't no. I want to be traded. I don't want to play for this team no more.
Calling Dion to break
I already don't like Arizona. Why in the world would I? You know.
Right. Right.
You know,
they're gonna have us going
that's what
crazy,
I'm saying, man. How you just gonna steal your girlfriend clothes like that? That ain't right. Give her stuff back and go get you a shirt. Stop playing, man. Got your stomach poked out, looking crazy as hell. I'm sorry, man. It's just it's bad, man.
Ashley hits the chat and says, "Maybe it's correct. Maybe it's to correct his posture."
For where? But not for football.
For real. Like you said,
not for football. Not for football. It ain't.
He ain't hunched over.
Yeah, man. No, the way his stomach poked out. Nah, bruh. No, man. No.
He looked like he could lose something, but I mean,
man, I'm cool. We got Kevin here trying to get us canceled. Say he's standing like them pronouns people. Oh my God.
Stop, man. Stop,
man.
Stop, bro. Oh my God, man. I'm like,
all I can say is
this got me wrong. You had us rolling all on the game last night. I mean, it was talking.
Yeah, all I can say is I hope whatever the pants he got on got 2 holes in them for both legs. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope
that you don't make an excuse that you can't pass because this thing too tight.
It's almost like you remember the Boondocks, Bill. Remember the Boondocks? Remember Gangstalicious, the Gangstalicious clothing line. I want everybody to go and look it up. Where Gangstalicious started selling clothes that look like women's clothing, and then tried to play it off like it was gangster. Yeah, not Riley. Riley.
It was Riley.
Riley had a skirt on with a concealable weapon on the inside. You walking around thinking he a gangster because he got. This is what this reminds me of. Like somebody sold him some fool's gold and was like, man, if you wear this, man, it's gonna do all this for you. It's gonna
be the best player ever.
Yeah. Well, he got Gangstalicious. That's not it. It's not it. And I hope this doesn't become a continued fad or fashion statement made by other athletes because, quite frankly, I'm not interested. And go on and put your what you call me on. Yeah, put your jersey on, and maybe put that on underneath because even grown women ain't wearing that out all the time. They even put some clothes on over the thing. So I don't know what this brother thinking, man. I wish him the best.
Boy, hey,
I wish him the best.
Like you said, I can see it now. We ain't gonna stay on this too long, but I can see it now, man. Hey, man, everybody start wearing it. You got Russell Wilson wearing it. Cowboys, let's ride.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that stupid
Bumping the whole
commercial, man.
commercial.
Oh my, man. Russell Wilson. He's an interesting dude. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna hate on him because I
Yeah,
think
very
he's a
much
good
so.
guy, natured guy. He seems like he is,
Yeah,
but
he is.
he corny.
Yeah.
He corny as hell, man. I don't know why he called the psychiatric like that. That man.
That boy can't. That boy, you know what? He not
No,
confrontational
no,
though, because
no,
every
no.
time somebody's like, everybody talks something. Hey, Russell, what do you think of this? Cowboys, let's ride.
Exactly.
Or Broncos,
Denver
let's ride. I'm
Broncos.
sorry.
Let's ride.
Broncos, let's
It's
ride.
like, no, not really. Nah.
Like, yeah, man, nah, man, you ain't
Yeah,
riding
well,
nowhere into the L's that you
well.
taking every
First off, he
game.
rolled to the bank because they paying him 200 mil. So that's really what he. That's really why he did the
Oh,
commercial. So
that was,
that's really what it comes down to.
that was wild.
We got Kev chiming in with, "Oh no, the gangster." That's right. That's right. That's Riley right there. That's not gangster.
Oh
That is
man,
not
that's
gangster.
not gangster.
Oh man.
Man,
Oh man. Well, we're gonna move away from athletes challenging the
yeah,
fashion
that dude.
and move on to something else.
When athletes go
Oh yeah,
wrong.
yeah, Russell Westbrook too. That's another one. And that
Oh,
boy showed up with the holy shirts and the kilt or skirt or whatever the heck that thing is he wore.
the plaids,
Oh
yeah.
man, I was like, please stop doing this. Anyway, man. So usually when I'm with B, he Warriors fan, I'm Lakers fan, but we got two Laker fans on the show. I just want to I want to get some feedback from you, man. I know we still got to get through football season, but right around the corner is basketball with the first preseason games starting in the beginning of October. Um, Lakers made no changes for once, and I'm very happy about it. No trades, no Kyrie Irving,
Right.
no Zach LaVine, none of this crazy garbage we did like we did with Russell Westbrook. And we brought back the same team, paid the guys that need to be paid, and now we're going to be off and running. Braun hopefully will come back and play. I don't think he's going to retire, so it sounds like he's going to play after him making the announcement at the ESPY Awards. I don't like Braun. We all knew you was coming back.
But I didn't even hear.
Yeah,
about that.
he
Tell me
made,
about
he
that.
had to
Oh,
make
yeah.
a spectacle of it and do it during the ESPY Awards. Oh, I'm coming and I'm gonna be back this season. It's like, Brian, none of us thought you was really retiring, bro. So this is kind of news to
Right.
you, just not everybody else.
Right.
But what you
Right.
think, man? I got them winning I think they'll be at about 52 to 54 games. I want to say 54 games, wins. How do you see the Lakers finishing this season?
You said 52 to
Yeah, something like
54.
that. Yeah, which is pretty high considering where they finished last season.
Yeah, I mean, that's yeah. Yeah, I mean, I say 48,
48.
50. Yeah, that's about that's about right because I feel like they're gonna play. No disrespect, Brian, but I feel like they're gonna play good without Brian for the first couple of months or so that
They said
Brian's
he
out.
might not
I
miss any
think
time.
AD's
They're
gonna
saying
get.
Braun might be there to start the season, man. So we'll see.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well then let me yeah, 54 sounds about right, man. Yeah, that sounds about right, man, because they showed us who they were. I think the chemistry is all there. I'm very much looking forward to Rui and Reeves, my two favorite guys on our squad right now. Also Vanderbilt, shout out to him because we always need that defense,
Yeah,
and
D'Lo.
we got a
Gotta
couple of
get
other people on the team.
get D'Lo going.
Vincent,
We added Gabe Vincent. We added what's oh man, now you got me whiffing on names. But we added the young cat as the center, the guy we got from New Orleans. I can't think of his name right now. But
Who's
yeah,
that?
I'll look it up, man. But yeah, we've added some younger players to our roster instead of older ones. I remember we had that season where we pretty much just added what it was like. It was like Carmelo Anthony and a bunch of old fogies. Well, this time we Yeah, well, I mean, he should have
You see,
retired.
he run to retire.
No, a little while. I can't blame him for trying to get a championship, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like
that's
it wasn't going to happen, man. It really wasn't going to happen. So, man, I'm really looking forward to.
yeah. I mean, I'm looking. Yeah, I mean, we so young, man. At this point, LeBron can give it dang near 2, 3 more years with the team we got right now, and because of the talent that we got, and because one
Well,
chime on though, man. I've chimed on about this. Me and you talk a lot, of course, brother. I'm gonna chime on again. AD, you got to show up this season,
yeah,
man. You got to show up this season, man. I don't know. I don't know. I do think you do not need to be playing center, and as long as AD does not play center, he do not play this man center, Darvin.
yeah. Well, I mean,
If as long as he does not play center, I think that we could go because the injuries is what's really hurting us, man. The injuries to Brian and AD, and every time he fall, I think we both as Laker fans, we cringing like, oh man, my heart's starting to, man, I hope he get back up. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So, and that's not no disrespect because he is one of the best big men in basketball, and just like KG chimed in and said, he definitely is the guy. He could do it all. He could shoot the three. He could shoot the mid range. He could dunk. He can move. He can pick and roll. He can dribble. He does it
Exactly.
all. And I think that's why we give him so much. We cut slack because when you have a player that is multi-talented like that, and there's a lot of other players that are in the center position or the power forward position that can do things, but not like AD. AD is on another
Right.
level, and that's why we won our first championship because remember he hit that big three against Denver. That was a tough series for us. But a lot of big men can hit a 3-pointer or are confident enough to even shoot it at that. So, he's, that's really the key factor. I love you, Brian, but AD is the guy who needs to be 100% for us to get those 54 wins. And the injuries always has played against us, but I do feel I don't know about you, bro, but I'm very confident in our team, even if we have like Bron sit down
Yeah,
and
yeah,
AD sit
absolutely.
down, because I'm confident enough in the talent that we have to win
Yeah, yeah.
games on any given night. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And I think
So
we have good guard play when you talk about D'Angelo Russell. You added Gabe Vincent to that, who can be your backup point guard or however they choose to do it, whether Gabe Vincent
right,
starts or not. And you can really interchange some pieces that can do similar things to where Braun doesn't really have to have the ball in his
right,
hand a majority of the time. And then you add to that the fact, just like you mentioned earlier, they
right.
picked up Jackson Hayes, who's a young 20-some-year-old kid from the Pelicans who has a ton of jump and athleticism that they can play at the center next to AD. And I think that's going to take a lot of pressure off Anthony Davis because, like you just said, and really what Anthony Davis has been saying his entire career, he does not want to play the center. He wants to play the four. And so I think they should put him at four.
Right.
He doesn't have to bang and guard other
Right.
centers. They can let the young kid do that.
Right.
And then he can just help as a free safety on defense, which I think will do a lot for his career and hopefully keeping him on the floor for longer periods of time, because the time missing injury is where we really start having these negative conversations about AD. It's just the injuries. That's it. Everything
Right.
else is
Right.
fine.
That's it.
People make comments
That's,
about his
that's literally
his
it.
offense is on and off. Yeah, but defensively he's so good that he's always giving you something.
Right.
And on a team where you have other guys that can shoot, now we've added Austin Reeves that mix. Rui Hachimura, you got Braun. D'Angelo Russell's up and down, but he's a guy that can score. We talked about Gabe Vincent. They added Taurean Prince as a power forward who could come in and play some defense and knock down threes. Cam Reddish, I don't know what he gonna do, but he's on the team and he's got some upside.
He's a big hopper. He can shoot the ball. I think the Lakers did a good job of getting people around them that are just as hungry,
right.
to win
Exactly.
a title. And that's the difference between us knowing as because we're hard Lakers fans. Usually we're just going next star, but when you're putting hungry guys like that together, because Austin Reeves and Rui have 1-1. Vincent has a 1-1, but he was close. You got other guys in there that I haven't mentioned. Vanderbilt belt and everybody else. The only people that have won one on the team is really Bron and AD. And the if you do remember the year that we won, we had a lot of hungry players that wanted to win. We had Caldwell Pope, we had Kuzma, we had young guys, we had everybody in the right places and positions, and we had a lot of young, a lot of depth, a lot of heart, a lot of defense, and I think that with this team, and where Austin Reeves sits, and now where Rui sits, Rui loves where he's at. Austin Reeves loves where he's at. That plays a big factor in winning games and in everyday life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like in and out. I love being here. This is what I like to do. That's gonna bring. We need that brought into the locker room, and I think Bron and AD are happy. So as long as we got that, man, let's go ahead and blow up the West, man. Because honestly, we got the super team
the
over
Suns,
there,
you got the Suns.
in Phoenix. We got the Warriors are always good. Hats off to them. Much respect. We're born, we're Bay Area raised, but much respect to them. They always gonna do what they do any given night. And then a couple I haven't mentioned in the West.
Yeah, I mean,
you
got.
Lakers will be one of the top.
Yeah. I mean, you got usual suspects. You got the Grizz. You got Dallas. You're going to have those teams that are in the mix and fighting for something. You're not going to have Portland because they gone and Dame is gone sooner. Even though he ain't been traded yet, he will be at some point.
Be traded.
So it's going to be.
He's going. Where
And so it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. But yeah, I think this team has, with the youth that they have, and although Bron is getting a little old, the hope is that he's being asked to do a little less too. And so hopefully that's what we see is aging player that's doing one or two things. And then also a more invigorated Anthony Davis playing at his natural position at the 4 alongside a center who can help him out on the defensive end and guard centers instead of him trying to do it because he don't need to be doing it. Honestly, it hasn't worked out for him these past few years. So yeah, man.
No, it definitely hasn't. No. It definitely hasn't. I think we talk about this a lot off camera, but it's just as long as he's happy at where he is as far as being in that 4 spot where Darvin Ham really needs to listen because being in that 4 spot is important. Now I understand Darvin Ham's take on things. AD dominated in that Grizzlies series. Like he literally took over defensively and there was nothing anybody can do. But also let's go ahead and take back that Steven Adams wasn't there, who's also a very good player, and he's very, he's a very scrappy guy that would have gave AD some trouble. But that being said, we are talking about AD. He can't be dominant, but as long as he stays out of that position, we can beat anybody. Stop putting him in the center, Darvin Ham. We're gonna do what we gotta do. I think other B just dropped in the chat.
What does he want? What do you want? Fellas? Did you win or what? Did you win?
What's up, B? What's the word, man? Did you win the game? What's up, man? We want to know about the softball.
You gotta let me know if you won or not. So well, we'll find out if B is a champion, or if he.
He said he just chimed back. He said you win ?
No. I sent that. I sent that. Yeah, I sent that. That's not him.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I know it looks like it because we're on the same thing, but yeah, I sent that to him. But yeah, man. B, thanks for joining us, man. We've been trying to hold down the fort. It's been a little dry this week, so we've pretty much just been sitting here talking mess. Not that much different from what we do when you're on the show. So. Yeah, the show's in good hands. But let us know, man, if for those who don't know, B is at a softball tournament, hitting home runs and catching fly balls and sliding. I'm assuming you slide in the I don't know what you're doing, man. But in any case,
you said slide in the balcony.
No, the bases, not balcony.
I'm just kidding.
I hope he's not sliding off balconies. We don't want that. But hopefully he gets the win and brings home a trophy so that we can see what that trophy looks like next week. And while we're talking about next week, I just want to get folks ready. We will be deep into the NFL next week as the first games of the season kickoff starting next Thursday with the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. I have two quarterbacks in my fantasy on my fantasy team, both quarterbacks on that game. That may have been a dumb decision. We'll see how it works out. And then we're definitely going to get into what our teams are doing with the Raiders who are playing Sunday, as well as Baltimore, and we'll also talk about the 49ers and see how they start off their season too. So it's going to be a lot of fun to finally get the season kicked off and see what's really, really going on. Yep. And
I'll be able to watch 4 teams at once on mine, boy. I got that NFL Network, so I'm gonna be
Network. Okay.
Paying attention. Yeah, paying attention to all of them teams, and of course, sending some text, seeing how you feel about who won, who not.
Let's do it. Let's see how people doing. See if any of my players actually help me win some not Final Fantasy. What the hell I'm talking about? NFL fantasy games. We're gonna start talking about video games.
I mean, I feel like you can't go wrong, bro. I mean, because if you got them both in your fantasy, but I'm definitely going
if there's no defense, I'm gonna come out looking good. If neither team's defense shows up, good. Detroit and Kansas City, if neither defense shows up, I'm sitting pretty because I also have Amon-Ra on there. So, if one team dominates, I'm probably a sucker. And if it ends up being 7 to 14, then I'm gonna really look stupid. So we'll see how it turns out.
Nah, I doubt that, man. Yeah. We'll see about that. I think Pat Mahomes they'll take care of them. Right. But who knows?
Absolutely. Well, folks, that's we're reaching our time. If there's anything y'all want to discuss, go ahead and drop it in the chat for us. If you want to hit on something. Again, B, if you won something, let us know, man. Let us know how you doing. But other than that, man, Bill, you got anything else you want to throw in there?
Nah, man. We pretty much touched on everything. Yeah. I mean, I showed my face before, but whenever the other B not here, I'll sub in.
Yeah.
And do what I can.
We got the backup. We got the backup scene. But yeah, man. And then just shout out to everybody that joined in the chat. So Kev, thanks. Kev, go Kev, hit that subscribe button. If we appreciate it if you haven't already.
Yes, sir.
Ashley, thank you for joining in. So we appreciate y'all coming on and joining us this Sunday evening. And we're gonna get off here. I'm gonna go get something sweet, and then we're gonna go play some video games. So Kev, we'll see you there.
Yes, we are.
All right, folks. Well, we appreciate it again. Subscribe, like, hit the notification button.
Yes, we do.
We appreciate it. Thank y'all for joining us, and y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday evening. Until next time, peace.
Lights.